Now in this video, we will try to perform an experiment in which we want to determine the wavelength of a given laser source, and the process involved is we are trying to get it with the help of a plane transmission grating. Obviously, this is going to involve the process of diffraction of the light and formation of principal maxima and secondary maximas with the help of a grating. And as you know that the transmission grating is a device which acts on the principle of diffraction of light. So that is going to diffract and going to form the central and other maximas. The source, that is laser, is basically a highly monochromatic light. So that condition is fulfilled, that the light should be monochromatic, so it is going to have a single color. And let us do this experiment. So now let us see the instrument which is going to be used for performing this experiment. The first is the laser source. So this is the supply of the source, or it is known as the laser module, which basically provides a 12 volt DC 100 milliampere supply to the laser diode. This is the diode, this is laser diode which produces laser. When we try to switch on the laser, obviously this switch is to be made on, and as we switch it on, you can see the laser beam is it is coming out of this laser source. So this is the laser source which is going to produce a highly monochromatic light. Second is the optical bench, with the help of which we are going to measure the distance between the screen and the diffraction grating. So you can see here, this is a optical bench, and this optical bench is graduated in millimeters. This is 89, this is 90, 89, 90, means it is 1 centimeter distance divided into 10 parts. So obviously one smallest division is equivalent to 1 mm. So this optical bench is basically having a total length of 150 centimeter, 1.5 meter length optical bench is there. And for this specific experiment, we want only two uprights. This is first upright and this is the second upright. We need two uprights. In the first upright, we have to put the laser source, and in the second upright, this second upright, we have to on this second upright we have to put the grating. This is for keeping the grating. So only two uprights are there, but this laser diode cannot be fixed on this upright. So there is an assembly, and with the help of this assembly we keep this laser diode on the upright. So this is how we fix the laser. Two screws are there. We tighten that screws so that the laser source does not come out of this fixture. So in this way we put the laser source. Now this laser source is kept on this upright. Now I am putting this upright of the laser source in this way. So this is how I fix the laser source on the optical bench. Second is the grating, which is to be put on this upright for grating. As I have shown earlier, this is the transmission grating. I want to put it on this upright. So I open it. This can be opened like this. Now I put this grating here and it is fixed on the frame. In this way, I fix the grating on the frame. You can see this is the way I put the grating on this upright. So two instruments which are going to be used, and third instrument which is to be used is the scale. With the help of this scale, we have to find the separation between the different maximas. From central maxima, we are going to determine the distance of first order maxima as well as second order maxima on both the side of central maxima, and the measurement is done with the help of this scale. Again, you can see between these two mark 40 and 41 centimeter, 10 divisions are there. So obviously we can, here also we can measure the distance in mm, that is millimeter. So that's all about the instrument. Only this is the instrument. Now let us see how we can perform this experiment. So as you have seen, in the first upright we have mounted the source, that is laser source. In the second upright we have mounted the grating, and the scales are ready. This scale is basically the screen where the image of the diffraction spectra is being formed. So this is the position of screen, and this is the transmission grating. So its position can be obtained from this scale. So this is the position of the grating. The indication mark is there. You can see the distance is around 2.6 centimeter. Actually, this 2.6 centimeter is not the distance of the grating from the screen, because you can see here there is a gap between the screen and the scale which starts on the optical bench. So we have to take in consideration the separation between wall and the point from where the scale is starting. So let me do this for you. I am going to use a scale, and with the help of scale I am going to find the distance between the wall and the point from where the scale is starting, and it comes to be 7.6 centimeter. The separation of the wall from this starting point of the scale, the separation of wall from this starting point of the scale is 7.6 centimeter. So suppose I write I keep the distance or the position of this grating at 2.4 centimeter, then obviously the total distance becomes 7.6 plus 2.4, which is equal to 10 centimeter. So the grating is at the 10 centimeter distance. This separation between the screen and the grating, this grating is equal to 10 centimeter. Now we switch on the source. The source is switched on, and you can see that the diode laser starts emitting the light. This is the diode laser. This diode laser is emitting the light. Now the light is incident on the grating. You can see here there is a spot, red spot. We have kept the laser source, point of the laser source, exactly at the center of the grating. That is one precaution which we have to take. When we do so, what happens after passing through the grating, the light beam is now converted into the spectrum, diffraction spectra. In the diffraction spectra, this you can see is the central maxima. This is central maxima. This is first order maxima in the left hand side. This is first order maxima in the right hand side. You can see the second order maxima. This is the second order maxima in one side, and this is the second order maxima in the other side. So you can see that the central maxima is the darkest spot having the maximum intensity, whereas the other maxima, that is first order maxima, is having less intensity. Even second order maxima is having still lesser intensity. So this is the property of the diffraction pattern. that the intensity as the order decreases, the intensity also decreases. Now we take the first reading. To take first reading, as I told you, first of all I have to find the separation between the screen and the diffraction grating. As you can see here, the screen, the starting point of this is 7.6 centimeter and the reading on the scale is 2.4. So 2.4 added with 7.6 is going to give us 10 centimeter. So the separation, first reading, separation between screen and the grating is equal to, you can say it is 10 centimeter. So we have taken first reading for 10 centimeter separation. Now we want to get the distance of the first order maxima and second order maxima at the same time in one side. At the same time we are going to get the separation between maxima in the first order and second order in the other side. You can see here the position of first order maxima as it appears to you is approximately 45.8 centimeter. It is approximately 45.8 centimeter. Can you see it? It is the central maxima because because of the light it disappears. Here you can see it is 45.8 centimeter is the position of the first maxima, that is first order maxima in one side, and if you want to see the position of the second order maxima, it is around 37.2 centimeter. 37.2 centimeter. Second order is 37.2 and first order is 45.8. In the other side, you can see this is the central maxima, this is first order maxima, and this is the second order maxima. So we have to find the position of the first order maxima. So the first order maxima, as you can see here, it is at 54.4 centimeter. 54.4 centimeter. And this is the position of the second order maxima, and the second order maxima's position is around 62.7 centimeter. 62.7 centimeter. Before 63, it is 62.7. And the central maxima, as you can see, is exactly at 50 centimeter mark. So knowing the position of central maxima and position of first order and second order maxima, you can find the distance between the central maxima and first order and second order maxima in both the sides of the central maxima. Now for the second set of reading, I have to increase the separation between the screen and the diffraction grating. As you can see here, now my grating is at 2.4 mark, means it is at a separation of 10 centimeter from the screen. So we add 5 more centimeter to this. So 2.4 plus 5 is equal to 7.4. So now I move my grating in this direction, and I try to fix it at a position which is equal to 7.4 centimeter. It is 7. Centimeter, 7.12, 7.3 and 7.4 centimeter. So I keep my grating now at 7.4 centimeter mark. 7.4 plus 7.6, which is equal to 15 centimeter. So the total separation from the screen to the grating is of total 15 centimeter. So this is at 7.4 centimeter. Total distance 7.6 plus 7.4 is equal to 15 centimeter. Again we can see on the screen there is formation of central maxima and different maximas. Central maxima and other maximas. Okay. This is the maxima which you are observing is the first order maxima in the left hand side, and this is the second order maxima in the left hand side. You can see the principal maxima here at the center. This is first order maxima in the left hand side and second order maxima in the left hand side. So we are again going to find the position of the first order maxima and second order maxima at different positions. So as you can see, this one is the first order maxima, this is the first order maxima. So we are going to find the position of it. To find the position, I keep the scale like this. You can see I have kept the scale. So I am going to read the reading of this. It is equal to 43.4 centimeter. 43.4. It is 43.4 centimeter. This is 43.4 centimeter in the left hand side. The second order maxima is this, and the position of second order maxima, this is the second order maxima, and the position of second order maxima is, you can see it, it is approximately or exactly whatever you want to take. If you want to take approximately, you can just observe and see, but if you want to take exactly, this is 30.4 centimeter. It is 30.4 centimeter. So this is the position of the maximas, first order and second order maxima in the left hand side. Now let us go and find the first order and second order maxima in the right hand side. So in the second side, that is in the right hand side, you can see this is the central maxima, this is the first order maxima, and this is the second order maxima, which is now visible to you. This is the second order maxima. Now we have to find the position of this first order maxima with respect to central maxima and the second order maxima with respect to the central maxima. Now we know that the position of the central maxima is exactly at 50 centimeter. So if I know the position of the first order and second order, subtracting 50 from it, I can find the position of the first order and second order. So let me get the value of, that is the reading of the first order, as it is visible very clearly to you that this first order maxima is in 56.4 centimeter. This is at a mark of 55.4 centimeter. It is 56.4 centimeter. First order maxima is at 56.4 centimeter. So obviously from this, if I subtract 50, obviously it is at 6.4 centimeter. The second order maxima is at 69.1 centimeter. You can see it very clearly. It is at 69.1 centimeter. This mark is at 69.1 centimeter. So it is 69.1, subtract 50 from it, obviously you are going to get a value of 19.1 centimeter. So the position of the second order in the right hand side is 19.1. So in this way we take the position of first order and second order maxima for different values of the distance of the screen from the grating, and we go on performing it until we cross the range of the scale. So obviously you can take at least 10 readings of this, 10 readings in this specific experiment. So this you can see is the setting for the second reading when the separation between screen and the grating is of 15 centimeter. You can see the central maxima, the two right hand and left hand secondary maxima, and 2 the right hand and left hand second order maxima. This was for second set of readings. Here you can see the readings taken for the experiment of wavelength of the laser source using diffraction grating. You can see serial number, 5 readings have been taken. For the first reading, the distance between grating and the screen was set to be equal to 36 centimeter. We have taken first and second order maxima in the left hand side and right hand side. So reading of the first order maxima in the left hand side was equal to 15.2 centimeter. In the right hand side it was equal to 15 centimeter. The average mean of these two is 15.1 centimeter. Diffraction angles formula is theta is equal to x multiplied by 180 divided by L multiplied by pi. So putting the value, it is x, this is x, mean x 15.1 multiplied by 180 divided by L, that is equal to 36, multiplied by pi, which value is 3.14. So doing that we get the angles value. Angle is 24.121 degree. It is in degree. We take the sine of this angle, and the sine of angle comes to be 0.408. Similarly, for the same setting of 36 centimeter, we have taken the position of second order maxima. In one side, that is left hand side, the position was 46.3. In the right hand side, the position is 43.3. The average is 44.8. The angle calculated is 71 degree, 71.565 degree, and sine of that angle comes to be equal to 0.948. Similarly, by reducing the distance by 5 centimeter, initially the distance between the screen and the grating was 36 centimeter. Now I have reduced it to 31 centimeter. I have taken reading for the first order and second order, and the distance decreased as compared to the distance of 36 centimeter. Now it comes to be equal to 13.1. In the second side it is 13.0. So the average is 13.05. Similarly for the second order, as you can see, second order here, the distance decreased. When the distance L decreases, it is 38.3, 37, the average is 37.65. Angle is 69 degree, and the sine of that angle is 0.938. So in this way we go on taking reading. One remarkable thing which you can see here is the value of sine angle, that is sine theta, for all first order is equal, approximately equal. That is 0.408, 0.41, 0.408, 0.408, 0.4405. So you can get the mean of the value of sine theta for the first order. Similarly, when you see the second order readings, second order value of sine theta, it is 0.94, 0.938, 0.95, 0.958 and 0.944. So it is also approximately equal. You can take the mean of the sine theta for the second order also. So for first order reading you are going to have a mean sine theta. For the second order reading you are going to have another mean sine theta. Let us see the calculation of this experiment. The formula for determination of wavelength is lambda is equal to E sin theta divided by n. E is the grating element. We have already discussed about this in the previous experiment. In the experiment of determination of the wavelength of different colors of mercury light, we have discussed it. Theta is the diffraction angle, sin theta we have already calculated, n is the order of the spectra. So in this specific case we calculate E. E is basically equal to 1 by n, 1 divided by number of lines per inches on the grating, which is 1 divided by 15,000 inches. This will be the unit when we are using LPI unit here, lines per inch. So this becomes inches. So E is equal to 1 divided by 15,000 inches, or if you convert it into centimeter, it is 2.54 upon 15,000 centimeter, which comes to be equal to 1.693 into 10 raised to minus 4 centimeter. So this is the value of E. Now for the first order spectra, the mean of sin theta I have calculated. It is 0.408 plus 0.41 plus 408 plus 408 plus 0.405 divided by 5, which comes to equal to 0.4078. So I calculate the value of lambda here. Value of lambda 1 is equal to E, that is equal to 1.693 into 10 raised to minus 4 multiplied by the mean value of the theta, that is 0.4078 divided by n, that is because it is first order spectra, so value of n is equal to 1. The value comes to be equal to 6904 into 10 raised to minus 5 centimeter or 690.4 nanometer. Similarly, I calculate the mean value of sin theta for the second order. It comes to be equal to 0.9476. Lambda 2, again E is having the same value of 1.693 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 4 multiplied by the mean value of sin theta 2, that is equal to 0.9476 divided by n. Here because we are taking the second order, so value of n is equal to 2. When I calculate, the value of lambda comes to be equal to 8.021 into 10 raised to minus 5 or 802 nanometers. Now I have to take the average mean value of the lambda as calculated for first order and second order. So it is lambda 1 plus lambda 2 divided by 2. So it becomes equal to 6.904 plus 8.021 whole multiplied by 10 raised to minus 5 divided by 2, which comes to be equal to 7463 into 10 raised to minus 5, which is equal to 746.3 nanometers. So that's all in the part of calculation of this experiment, and I think that now you are never going to make any mistake if you perform this experiment in the lab.